Hi, I'm Katrina, and this is my informative speech about branding. So, what if every brand and business you saw all had the same logo, used the same colors, and all had similar websites? Without the creation of brand identity, the world would look very similar and boring. So, first step is look around you. Branding is seen basically everywhere. It's on the websites you see, the school you attend, the shops you shop at. Even yourself, you have your own brand identity, what you wear, how you present yourself to other people, and what you can post online. That's all part of your own personal brand identity. And so being a graphic designer and majoring for it in college, I'm always looking at different brands and businesses and how they present themselves to other people. And creating a brand identity system, it's an essential part of bringing about a specific experience or feeling to customers. And there's certain steps that you want to take to help you create one successfully. So the steps to build a successful brand identity would be understanding the message, researching different visual elements that can depict that message, and then applying those elements to different applications and platforms of the brand. And so the first step, that would be the foundation, and you really don't want to start on anything else until you do this. So to start off, you want to create the message and the story of the company wants to share with the customers. And according to a popularly designed website, Canva, whether you're knowingly influencing it or not, your audience is defining your brand. If the visual that you're conveying does not match your values, it'll disappoint, confuse, and alienate your audience. So, in order to avoid confusing the audience, you really want to understand who you are. And it really helps to ask lots of questions like, what is the company selling? Who's the target audience? And how do you stand out from other people? And these questions help create a sense of identity. So think of words that reflect that identity next. So like words like bold and striking, that can reflect a business that is like game-changing, new, exciting. And then the words reliable and understanding, that can reflect a business that's more serious and needs like customers' trust. And you can see this in UNLV's branding where they use the words different, daring, diverse to reflect their identity. And so once you've created the foundation of your brand, you can finally start working on the visual elements. So when completing research on the visuals, you want these to reflect the company's message, and takes a lot of creativity and research, but it's also really important. And Column 5 Media, a website focused on branding information, states that the goal is to bring those words to life. The associations may be abstract, but it is important to get everything out. So the abstract ideas and message you've come up with so far, these can all be visualized using different fonts, colors, photography styles, all that. And all of these can bring about a certain emotion to the audience. So figuring out the design styles that you want to use and the tone you want to give off, you want to use like different colors and fonts, and you can see this where like bright colors are typically used to give off an exciting or dramatic tone, whereas more like muted, darker colors, those can give off a more serious and a more serious tone. So looking at other brands, it's really helpful to see how they translate their messages into visuals. For example, in UNLV's branding, they use a very bright red, and this helps show off their daring side. And so after understanding what visuals you want to use, you can finally apply these into the brand. So when integrating the visuals into the company's website, social media accounts, and advertisements, it's really important that it's all cohesive. And according to Lena Wheeler, she's a brand strategist and she has multiple published books. She says, brand identity is all about introducing yourself to people, and it's important to make it an enjoyable experience. Building off of that quote, it's really important to remember that everything you've created so far, all those visuals, all the message, it's all been used to effectively communicate who you are to the audience. And to do that, you have to do it all cohesive throughout the different platforms. And And these visual elements can be applied to the logo, billboards, different posters, videos, and all that. And you can see this in UNLV's branding. They do it really successfully. They always use the same bright red, the same logo. They use the same fonts throughout their websites and videos. And this final step will allow for cohesiveness throughout the brand's platforms. And this is where you can finally analyze the success of your brand identity system. All right, so in conclusion, the steps to build the brand identity are super effective and they're super important in order to successfully communicate your message and your identity to other people. And these steps are understanding the message you want to share, understanding what visual elements can depict that message, and then finally applying those elements throughout the brand. And even though branding and brand identity can be seen as an afterthought often or rushed through, it's actually something that you really need to acknowledge the importance of and take your time with, because without that, the customers can see you as something you aren't. And a good brand identity will help people fully appreciate you and your company and who you are. Thank you.